opening statement, then we'll get into questions.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm just really proud of our guys. You know, when you play that night game on Friday night and you lose, you're so disappointed. And by the time you get to bed and get something to eat, take a shower, get to bed, it's so late, and it's an early turnaround. Our guys had to do a COVID test at 8 this morning. I can tell you personally, I didn't sleep 1 minute last night, and I know I was exhausted this morning. I can't imagine going out there and playing the game like our players did. But, you know, they went out there and laid it all on the line. And, you know, win or lose, they weren't going to have any regrets today. And I knew we were playing a really tough team. You know, I tipped my hat to Charlie Hickey and Central Connecticut State. I've known Charlie for a long time, back to our days when we were in the Big East Conference together. I was at Notre Dame and he was at Providence, and he had great teams then. And we had tremendous battles back then, just like that game today. And I knew that their team was tough and hard-nosed, and they battled us all day long. And it was a tremendous ball game, regardless of how the outcome was going to be. It was a hell of a game. And fortunately for us, you know, we found a way to win. You know, so major props to Mikhail Hilliard. You know, he gave up the 5 spot and then pitched a couple of shutout innings after that. And then Garrett Edwards came in and threw 5 terrific innings. And then Devin Fontenot again comes in and pitched a terrific inning. And finally, we were able to get the big hit there at the end by Giovanni and put it away. So we get to play another day and take it one game at a time. And I'm just happy that I get to keep working.
All right, open up for questions. Media, use the raise hand function to get in line, ask a question. Coach, what can you say about that last at bat by Giovanni? You know, just staying with it, down 2-0, bases loaded, or up 2-0, staying with it, bases loaded, and just coming up with that big hit. What can you say about that at bat?
I had a lot of confidence in him. I gave him the green light on the 2-0 pitch. I knew he'd have a very disciplined approach, and he took a good swing on 2-0 and fouled it off. And then their kid threw a good 2-1 breaking ball. And, you know, he was being aggressive, which is what he's supposed to do with a runner on third base and less than 2 outs. You want to try to avoid getting a 2-strike count on you. But then, you know, with him fouling off the pitch, you got 2 strikes on him, fouled off a couple of pitches. And then, of course, ultimately he ended up putting the ball in play. Once the ball got past the pitcher, I knew we had the game won. And it was a great feeling. You know, our dugout erupted, and it was a tremendous feeling. I was really happy for Gio and really the whole team. You know, they like I said, they just laid it all out there on the line today. And that's what I asked them to do, and that's exactly what they did. And just really proud of the team.
All right, let's go to Glenn West.
Hey, Coach, you know, I know he's only a freshman, but he's had a couple of these games already where, you know, Garrett Edwards just looks like a future star for this program. I mean, just talk about the 5 innings he gave you guys today, you know, kind of keep you guys, you know, at level of speed there until the very end.
Yeah, LSU fans are going to love watching this kid for the next couple of years. He just keeps growing with each passing outing. And, you know, I always thought he had tremendous poise. You know, I'm sure that's a byproduct of his basketball days, standing on that free throw line, having to hit big shots. And, you know, when he has to make a big pitch, I have all the confidence in the world that he's going to do it. He's just got tremendous poise, and his stuff is getting better and better all the time. And he made so many big pitches today. Just he was as comfortable and confident out there on the mound, you know, in an NCAA tournament game as any young kid can possibly be. We couldn't have won without the job that he did today. 5 shutout innings and against some really good hitters. Just a tremendous job. He got tired there at the end, and he just gutted it out through the 9th inning. But we had to take him out after 9. You know, his stuff was starting to drop off a little bit. His arm was tired. And I think that was probably the longest outing he gave us all year. So, you know, felt confident putting Devin in. You know, his neck strain has healed up. I felt good that his neck had healed up. He told me it had. And I thought he threw the ball terrific and didn't use that many pitches to do so. So I'm sure he'll be ready to go for us again tomorrow.
Wilson Alexander.
Paul, going back to sort of the beginning of the game, getting that massive leadoff home run from Dylan and then his home run later as well, how important was it to kind of get some offense going early after y'all had struggled in that area the last 2 games?
You know, I was struggling putting the lineup together this morning. You know, I didn't sleep at all last night. I thought about it all night. I just thought we needed to shake things up a little bit and was really kind of laboring through how to set the lineup up. And actually, my youngest son, Tommy, made this suggestion. He was like, Dad, why don't you go back to what you did at the beginning of the year and put Cruz at the top of the order? It was his suggestion, and it made me start to think about it. And I thought, you know, maybe Dylan just might lead the game off with an extra base hit, maybe even get into one and get us going, you know. And lo and behold, that's exactly what he did. He crushed that ball to start off the game, and it kind of loosened up our whole team. We got a base hit there, and then a clutch hit, and we're up 2-0. Probably made a dumb move there, giving a green light to Trey. We had the momentum going, and their kid hadn't showed any signs of wanting to make a pickoff move, and I gave a green light to Trey, and the kid makes a pickoff move on 3-1 count, kind of killed the momentum for our team. So I take the blame for that. But, you know, I thought Dylan starting off the game, you know, with the home run really loosened up our team after the rough night last night offensively. And then, of course, he had another hit and another big home run and had another hit after that. Unfortunately, you know, then they weren't going to pitch to him. You know, we had to, you know, he probably, if they would have pitched to him, we would have won the game a little bit earlier, but they got smart and didn't give him anything to hit, and they just walked him intentionally. So we're going to have to figure out something to make sure that tomorrow, that whoever we play will have to pitch to him. We'll figure it out.
All right. Any other questions for Coach Mainieri? Wilson, go ahead.
Paul, y'all might not have had much time to think about this, but do you have a pitcher for tomorrow already decided?
I haven't talked to Alan, but I'm pretty sure it'll be AJ Labus tomorrow. We can verify that later through Bill, but I haven't had a chance to talk to Alan yet, but I'm pretty certain it'll be AJ.
All right. I think that's all we have for you, Coach. Thanks for taking the time. All right. Next, we are going to have Dylan Cruz. All right, Dylan, thanks for taking the time. Congrats on the win. We'll get right into questions for you. We'll go to Glenn West.
Hey, Dylan, you know, Coach just told us he was kind of toying with the lineup a lot and didn't really have an idea of what to do. And then, you know, he had the suggestion of putting you back at the top there. I mean, just, you know, talk about those 2 home runs for you and just how comfortable they were and just how it kind of got you guys into a groove moving forward there.
Yeah, no, I really like the leadoff spot. You know I'm going to get pitched to a lot more. And, you know, when I saw my name in the lineup as a leadoff spot today, I was very happy. And, I was, in the back of my mind, knew I got to have a job to do, and that's to get on and, hopefully start the game off with a, extra base hit potentially. And I happened to just get a hold of 2 baseballs and, hit 2 out. So, it was good. And then hats off to our pitchers too. We couldn't have won this game without them.
Wilson Alexander.
Dylan, take us through emotionally what it was like there in the 10th inning, seeing Gio foul off like 4 straight pitches and then finally come through and knowing that your season is going to at least go on for one more day.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Geez, like, Gio had, few tough ABs in the beginning, but I knew as soon as he got up that the game was over because, he was just due. He was due. But, yeah, like Coach Mainieri said, as soon as he got past the pitcher, I knew it was game over. And, it's good to play one more day and, hopefully win this whole thing.
William Weathers, go ahead. William, you got to unmute your line there.
Dylan, regardless of the opponent today, can you just maybe describe the emotion of winning a game in that fashion and maybe the carryover to it was just kind of not a lot going on last night. So, you showed a lot of emotion, some fight today, and now you've got to just walk off win and what it may mean to tomorrow.
Yeah, no, obviously yesterday wasn't the best game, so it's very important for us to kind of flip the page and, having this win is a good momentum booster for tomorrow. We're feeling good. We're feeling light. But, today doesn't mean anything, for tomorrow. So we got to come out tomorrow, flip the page, and, do what we do best.
Glenn West.
Yeah, hey Dylan, I know you just mentioned him a little bit, but the performance out of Garrett Edwards today, I mean, he's another one of your fellow freshmen there that came through big time with 5 innings there. I mean, just speak to the importance of him, to help you guys get this one today.
Yeah, no. As soon as Garrett got in, I knew he was going to do well. I knew he was going to pitch well because I have all the confidence in Garrett. Like Coach said, his stuff's getting a lot better, each and every day. And it was up to us. It was just a matter of time before we were going to hit that walk-off hit because I knew Garrett wasn't going to allow hits and get runners on and score in position. So hats off to him and hats off to Devin too for closing this thing out.
Wilson Alexander.
Dylan, just, Coach Mainieri said he didn't get any sleep last night. Y'all obviously didn't even have much time to get sleep, having to wake up for the coronavirus test. Did you get any sleep last night? Like, what was it sort of like for y'all as players, the turnaround between those two games?
Yeah, no, obviously it's tough. You're kind of sleeping on a loss, but it's very important for us to flip the page. You kind of just got to move on from it. We knew we had a tough opponent coming up, and we were just focused on this game today. And from the first batter to the last batter, we were focused, and we were just happy to pull out a win today.
Any other questions for Dylan? All right, thanks, Dylan. Congrats on the win. Best of luck tomorrow.
You guys.
All right, we will wrap up our Game 3 press conference with Giovanni DiGiacomo. Giovanni, thanks for joining us. Give me 1 second here to change your name. All right, we'll open up to questions. Let's go to Wilson Alexander.
Hey, Gio, congratulations. Could you start by taking us through the at-bat? I mean, you foul off 1, 2, 3, 4 pitches before you finally get the one you're looking for. Was it just a matter of trying to find what you needed to get a bat on the ball? And then what was it like, delivering and having everybody swarm you all like that?
Seeing him the at-bat before and only seeing one pitch, I didn't have an idea of his whole arsenal. It's kind of one thing to watch from the side and then go up there and see him. So I just was trying to get a hold of one, trying to get one out of the infield. And, in that situation with bases loaded, 1 out, just trying to get the ball out of the infield, make sure we can get that guy to score. And, I was fortunate enough to get that one pitch and stay through it enough. And I'm happy that I got that opportunity.
Let's go to Michael from WBRZ.
Hey, Gio, you had some less than productive at-bats, before that. So how much is it kind of fleshing your previous at-bat and just going up there to do the job that you knew you could do with just 1 out?
Yeah, it's just, it's kind of one of those things where you succeed 3 out of 10 times, you're a great hitter in baseball. So just being able to flush those at-bats and not let them carry over into defense and not letting them carry over to the next at-bat as well. Just being able to stay level-headed.
Glenn West.
Yeah, hey Gio. I mean, we just talked with Dylan and Coach, and they obviously were very bullish on the pitching today, particularly the relief guys. Devin and Garrett there for 5 innings. Just talk about those 2 guys, keeping you guys in the game. When you guys weren't really scoring all those runs, how important they were to y'all's effort today.
Yeah, I mean, Garrett has just been one of those guys. You can just see him grow throughout the season. His stuff has just gotten better, and watching the outfield, I see the way his stuff moves, and when the umpire doesn't even call a certain pitch, and you're like, wow, it's just crazy. His slider is moving so much, and his fastball looks great. I'm happy to see him improve so much, and it's nothing like having a guy like Devin out of the pen to come in and close that game for us. You can always count on him and trust him. He's been so good for us this whole season.
Wilson Alexander.
Just to better understand what happened in the second inning on their pop-up that ended up falling, did you just kind of misread it? Did it get lost in the sky or something there? What could you take us through what happened?
I just had misread the ball. I thought it was hit a little bit harder in the angle. It was just kind of directly in line with me. And I made the mistake of taking a first initial step back. So by the time that I had started running in, the ball had already hit the ground. So just one of those things.
William Weathers.
Gio, in the 9th inning, y'all stranded runners in scoring position, kind of a deflating moment. Can you talk about just with your opportunity to come up and kind of seize it, take care of business, and you did. Just you can only get so many opportunities like that, and you were able to capitalize.
It's one thing we've worked on in practice so many times, and Coach Smith has just basically nailed it in our heads to just execute, different situations, whether it's running scoring position with 1 out or 2 outs, bases loaded. It doesn't really matter, but just putting all that work in with him, I think we all had the confidence in ourselves and each other to get that opportunity done.
Glenn West.
Yeah. Hey, Gio. I mean, I think on those first 4 at bats you had, I think you saw maybe 7 pitches total. So I was just curious on that last one. Did you have a conversation with Eddie or Coach Mainieri about, just being, I guess, a little bit more patient with your, that last at bat there and just kind of seeing the pitcher, I guess, for a little bit?
I was really just trying to hope to get that pitch, that I could drive out of the infield or get something to get out of the infield. And, I got 2-0 right away. And from that moment, I kind of had a little more confidence knowing that I was going to be in a hitter's count. And even with 2 strikes, after all the work I put in with Coach Mitch, I kind of trusted myself to be able to help get the job done for us.
Wilson Alexander.
I mean, you're kind of subdued right now, but I mean, how exciting was it at the time, to know that you came through and that y'all season, is going to keep going for at least one more day?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was the biggest thing going through my mind, was that we were going to get to play tomorrow. And I think that's going to be on a lot of our minds. It's just, each game we can't look into the future too far, and we can't worry about what happened yesterday or today. We got to take each game as it comes and just try to win them and do everything we can.
2 more for you, Gio. Let's go back to Michael from WBRZ.
Yeah, crazy turnaround from last night. Now you're in a little bit more favorable position that you get to watch the team that you're going to play next. You've already seen Gonzaga. I guess just your thoughts on moving ahead, maybe getting a second crack at the Bulldogs or your first try at Oregon.
I mean, they're both great opponents. I've kind of watched a little bit of film in the meantime on both teams and watched I think I rewatched a game last night with Oregon, and that they can hit very well, and we know Gonzaga has great pitching. So excited for whoever we get to face.
All right, last question goes to William Weathers.
Gio, it's been a very challenging year for you with your health, in and out the lineup, maybe getting off to good starts. What was a moment like this tonight mean to you, possibly, maybe something to build on?
Just, not forgetting, my work at home and fundamentals, just making sure that I'm taking care of myself and doing everything I can to help my team in any way.
All right, Gio, we appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, everybody.